As we speak, it is currently Tuesday, and phase 2 of the voting is now underway to determine who is going to be the All-Star Game starters. Well, what do we know as of now? We know 2 starters, one in the National League, one in the American League. Ronald Acuna Jr. was the leading vote getter in the National League. Shohei Ohtani was the leading vote getter in the American League. So those 2 are officially named All-Star Game starters. So we know that. Other than that, it's on to phase 2 for everybody that got enough votes to advance. Now, all the votes reset. So if you feel like, well, so-and-so has such a big lead, there's no point in voting. No. Everything resets. We're now on to phase 2, and the voting starts from scratch. In the American League, the finalists for first base are Vladdy Jr. and Yandy Diaz. At second base, the finalists are Marcus Semien and Whit Merrifield. Third base, we have Josh Young and Matt Chapman. A lot of Blue Jays. A lot of Blue Jays in here. Shortstop, Bo Bichette and Corey Seager. Catcher, Adley Rutschman and Jonah Heim. And in the outfield, the finalists that have advanced to phase 2 are Aaron Judge, Mike Trout, Randy Arozarena, Yordan Alvarez, Kevin Kiermaier, Adolis Garcia. Then at the DH position, that is already known. The American League DH is going to be Shohei Ohtani. On the National League side of things, the finalists at each position, Freddie Freeman and Matt Olson at first base. We have Luis Arraez and Ozzie Albies at second base. Nolan Arenado and Austin Riley at third base. Orlando Arcia and Francisco Lindor are the shortstops. Catchers, we have Sean Murphy and Will Smith. In the outfield, Mookie Betts, Corbin Carroll, Lourdes Gurriel Jr., and Michael Harris have advanced. DH, JD Martinez, and Bryce Harper. So, you feel passionate about some of those? Well, go to MLB.com and vote for who you want to be in the All-Star Game. This sounds like an ad. It's not an ad. If you want to vote, vote. If not, don't vote. Whatever. I'm voting. I also think, this was a hot take I had. I think Fernando Tatis Jr. should be an All-Star. Hear me out. He's top 5 in WAR right now in all of baseball. I might be barking up a tree here because he didn't even advance. He didn't advance to phase 2, but he could get in as a reserve. But I understand. There's people out there that think he was suspended for what happened and that he shouldn't be an All-Star. From what has happened on the field, I'm not going to personally punish Fernando Tatis because he already served his suspension. From what we have seen on the baseball field this year, Fernando Tatis is an all-star. He missed a month of the season. He's currently top 5 in baseball in WAR, wins above replacement, which, by the way, he missed a month. The fact that he's still top 5 in that is crazy. He's become one of the best, if not the best, defensive right fielder in the game of baseball. And I've said that a few times, and people are like, well, that's ridiculous. Outs above average, defensive runs saved. There's one name at the top of both of those in right field. It's Fernando Tatis Jr. He has switched from being a shortstop in Major League Baseball to being a right fielder. And in 1 year, as of June, end of June, he's statistically one of, if not the best defensive right fielders in the game of baseball. I think that's miraculous. I think in terms of entertainment value, there's nobody better right now in the game of baseball that puts on a show at games than Fernando Tatis. I think the guy's an all-star. But again, might be barking up a tree here because he didn't advance to phase 2. But just a thought that came to my mind. But again, phase 2 is currently ongoing and it ends Thursday. That ends Thursday, and by that point, all the votes will be in, and then we will know the All-Star starters. Again, this is for who will start in the All-Star game. You can vote between those, and the winner of the voting will be the starting player at that position in the All-Star game.